Welcome to the Lexipol Media Group Spotlight for August. We're going to start on Police One, where we're covering news and information that's relevant to law enforcement officers everywhere. The top news story from August was this tragic incident in Fargo, North Dakota, where a police officer was killed, two others were wounded. There was quite a bit of news that we shared that came out of this incident, including the release of the body camera footage from one of the officers. And Dwayne Wolf analyzed that video and provided his insights on what other police officers can learn from the heroic actions of the officer that neutralized the shooter. And so I encourage you to take a few minutes, watch this video, and then read what Dwayne has to say about what police officers can learn from this incident and to help keep themselves and others safe. We also created with Dwayne a short video where he discusses that incident and lessons learned. You can watch that on Police One Instagram as well as the Police One YouTube channel. We're going to shift over to FireRescue1. One of the biggest news stories of the month everywhere, including on FireRescue1, was this terrible and tragic fire on the Hawaiian island of Maui, with more than 100 people killed. Firefighters lost their homes and all their possessions, and now the finger pointing seems to have begun on how this might have been caused and spread. Maybe more importantly for us and for firefighters everywhere, as Executive Editor Chief Bayshore, what are the lessons learned here? What can firefighters that also live on a wildland urban interface, which is just about everywhere, learn or take away from this incident? And we also had another incident analysis from Chief Sam about this Maui firestorm, and encourage you to read both these things. I think there's going to be a lot that we can all learn in the weeks and months ahead about what happened in Maui and how we might prevent a similar tragedy somewhere else. Other big happenings on Fire Rescue One was the release of the What Firefighters Want in 2023 survey findings. This is our third industry survey. We've done what paramedics want, what cops want. This digital edition is an examination and analysis and commentary on all the top findings from this year's survey. I'll include a link to this page in the notes for this video so you can download a copy and read it. You can also read articles and watch a video. Chief Bayshore introduces the survey. One of the things that he discussed is this, I think, startling finding that 46% of firefighters who responded said they've considered leaving their current fire department due to the least satisfying part of their job. And those things are generally challenges related to low staffing, stress, and poor leadership. So a lot to learn from the survey findings. The survey was discussed with Chief Bayshore in this on-demand webinar that you can watch. He also spoke with Chief John Oates as well as Dr. Reggie Freeman in a very informative and insightful webinar. Our Fire Rescue One team also went to the Fire Rescue International, the official conference of the International Association of Fire Chiefs, covered that event with attending general sessions, wandering in the exhibit hall and speaking to fire department vendors there and reporting back to us. So hopefully you'll check out that coverage. One of the things they did cover was the announcement of Fire Chiefs of the Year. So congratulations to Chief Fennessy and Chief Bill for this great honor at FRI. It was another busy month for EMS1 as we seek to inform EMTs and paramedics and help them do their jobs better and more safely for themselves and their community. One tragic incident that we're following is the crash of a sheriff's department helicopter in Florida that killed paramedic Jackson, Captain Jackson, on board. Our thoughts are with him, his family, his colleagues, and friends as they mourn his loss. We also some interesting news items. What can we learn from either accusations of wrongdoing or potentially preventing wrongdoing? Ongoing investigation into an infant that was in cardiac arrest and how that infant was treated or not treated by first responders from police, fire, and EMS in this community. So, as we look at news like this, we also want to try to figure out what might we take away from this to help others from making a similar mistake. Some just a couple of days ago, this body-worn camera footage from Baltimore captures a paramedic warning about how police were restraining a patient in custody and how that patient should be positioned. There's a lot we know about how important it is to position people in custody, especially if they're fighting against restraint, and treat them so we can continue to assure and breathing and adequate ventilation. So I want you to check this out and have discussions in your department about what can we learn from this, how can we collaborate with our police department to make sure we're taking good care of people that are in custody. Always a lot we can learn. We've got live webinars coming up, and then dozens of on-demand webinars. This most recent Police One and Corrections One on-demand webinar looked at custody transitions, taking somebody from intake through booking. We know that there can be a lot of risk in those transitions, say from a patrol vehicle or transport van that maybe took somebody to the hospital back into custody. FireRescue1, also dozens of webinars available to check out and learn from. I mentioned the on-demand What Firefighters Want. We've got one coming up on September 13th on violence prevention. This is in collaboration with our colleagues at Drexel University Center for Firefighter Injury Research and Safety Trends. They're going to be talking about their SAVER checklist, and got a great panel of people put together to discuss that. Also, EMS1, always great webinars. We've got this on-demand webinar now available. It's a discussion of the What Paramedics Want, our industry survey from 2023. Rob Lawrence led a great discussion with Dr. Fote, Matt Zavadsky, and Dr. Rochelle Zemlock. I briefly mentioned Corrections1. This is a site for people that are working in, people in custody. Whether it be in jails or prisons. This article is about, from Dr. Curl, is a visit that they made on behalf of Washington State Department of Corrections to Norway to try to learn about the Norwegian prison system and their focus on rehabilitation and what maybe there are some takeaways either for the West Washington Department of Corrections or more broadly corrections officers everywhere. So I'll put this link in the notes as well. I want to get out of here with a mention of Sarah Callums. She's finishing her 30-day ice bath challenge. Congratulations. I believe today is day 29. She's going to make it. Lots of great lessons learned. Go to Police One YouTube, search out this playlist if you're interested in cold water therapy and habits and wellness, not just for police officers, but first responders everywhere. And then Sarah's turning her attention to the opposite side of the thermometer with heat therapy, increasingly used wellness activity. I guess for generations, people have been using saunas for healing. And now Sarah's looking at how heat therapy can be beneficial to police, firefighters, paramedics, corrections officers. Thanks for watching and listening. Give this video a like, subscribe to the Lexipol channel, and find Police One, FireRescue1, EMS1, Corrections1 on the web, also on our social channels.